Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
What is Wolf doing?
Are you gonna sign the cookies?
He just said, I don't know what's happening.
Draw your favorite cookie. Why is Madid here? What's Madid's favorite cookie?
Do you like chocolate chip cookies? Yes. Okay.
No!
Well, we got an engage here on a doo-doo as everything's missing, but it doesn't matter. They still kill him, and first blood is finally had.
Just CS. You know, only a single plate has been taken.
Yucal does have flash. Looks like Freecs doesn't want to throw out an ult, just trying to bait a flash. Doo-doo, there were pings in the river, but he did not see them. He's dead again, and this time it is Teddy who picks up the kill in the top lane. Ondil.
Rel as well. It is going to feel kind of rough. Ondil almost has his flashback, which is good. Could have had that up, but wasn't the case. It's Yucal.
Uh-oh, in a bit of trouble. You see the ult and try to just peel for him, but he's just a corky. The stun comes in and Yucal says, I'm dead. I'm not even gonna flash. No real reason to. Ondil also gets caught in the crossfire. Sponge, he tried desperately to help them, but instead, he does walk the line very often. But this time,
was not it.
He tripped over it and fell flat on his face.
That is Skarner.
Understands.
I'm not no Bro Anti, but it's blow it up as Bulldog.
Oh, this time right on the mark, and Bulldog just had no chance. It just came at him so quickly. It was pretty much a free kill. So nicely done by Sponge. He's been very proactive on the Sejuani, making the ganks happen. And this time he gets another one.
That was a long amount of time on Ondil.
He's just hanging out. Yoshik is also here. So he's going to get locked into the wall in the Impale. And again, Ondil also has his flash, but doesn't bother to use it. That's becoming a theme in this game. Just getting caught out so badly that you're like, yeah, you know what?
Yukal's going to get the topside turret. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be Freecs going to DRX. Just says based about when we talk about her mode. I imagine that's what was spammed when we talked about the cookies. You know, G-Sun with Sunnies just eating a cookie.
Yeah. Probably.
Art still procs.
Wow, Life found a great angle here on a Yucal as the Impale does fly in a direction, but it wasn't the right one. Okay, now we're just TPing in to die. Dude is just dead. And so maybe Life, he gets a 3-man knockup, but he can only live for so long. Meanwhile, Pilsik's like, why do you knock him into me? I didn't want to fight that. As he's going to run away. Bulldog also on the run here. Hops the wall. Rich doesn't look like he'll follow up.
Yucal ignites him, but Yucal
just
has flash. So like, so they use all their ults, and then doo-doo TPs!
You gotta be careful with how far you go. Rich now, I mean, he's like the top laner that at the end of the game will just go top diff, even though the jungle and the support and the AD carry were in his lane like 7 times.
Doesn't matter.
And he ends up carrying because, well, he got super fed by his entire team.
Well, the game's not over. But I do think that DRX is going to be feeling pretty good because the team fighting is amazing, right? And I do still think that the team is good. Good call. Gets the cleanse. Teddy does use his ultimate, but should be up by the time the next objective is there. I do think DRX should be a little bit mindful now, but snowballing the game pretty cleanly, right? Getting pressure in mid, then rotating into the enemy jungle, setting up Yucal safely for side. Yucal, by the way, is going to hit his 2-item.
The MF has a bloodthirst, so the Gwen is going to be naturally tanky. Also, if you get in range of her, you might just die. So you got to find Yucal, but he's relatively safe. They have a very strong front line. There's just not a lot of value for her, I think, in this situation. As nice little knock-up, Ondil going to throw out the ult just to try to survive, as now TP's coming in, but Ondil's already dead. Life on the run. He is going to flash away, but the ult goes into Pilsik as he's desperately running away from the woman with scissors, as Rich is just running forward into all of them and doing incredible amounts of damage. The flash on in to secure the kill as well. Just the icing on the cookie, as there you go. 1 for 3, and now DRX, they say.
It really is just Berserker against the world. I think Kyoshik has been fine, but his ultimates have also unfortunately not been it. You guys couldn't see the expression that Elvis made, but
yeah,
very funny.
Uh-oh. Bulldog on the run, the flash forward, of course Yucal's gonna go for it. He's got Otacon as he picks up a kill. That will be his second of the contest. And that's what happens when you try to play up against a 1-3-1 and actually take fights when you're this far behind. It's just not going to go your way.
Both the solo laners of the Freecs really struggling in this one. That's going to be Dragon. But it feels like they are, and this is something that kind of surprised me during LCK Cup as well. They feel like a team. You know, there's been games where Rich just ends up falling too far behind. Yes. The worst case scenario is Yukal, who is a full item and a half up.
Yeah.
All right, maybe Yukal jumps into Pioshik again. That's how they can win. I can see it.
Yeah, well, Pioshik's going to jump into Yukal, and there is the Impale, the equalizer over the top, but also the bullet time is going to do quite a number. Both of the supports are out of this one. Rich, though, is just so fed. He's going so deep for this. He takes him down, but that's a 1-for-1, and Berserker's full health. An angle for him to maybe get something going. It ends up being an equal trade between the two teams, but Berserker got like 900 gold from Rich.
Auto wasn't fully second. I think it's preemptively flashing because he thinks Pioshik is going to ult. Which is funny because later that does actually happen. So
after he re-engages,
yeah, Rich goes in, and then Teddy tries to look for the kill.
I don't know about the memes.
Okay, so where you do something cool and it doesn't really serve a purpose, but it just makes you look.
Oh well, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
That's Yukal has just been aura farming this entire game. By the way, like I'm
he
not
has,
even.
yeah,
He has been.
Yeah.
That's all he's been doing. Just walking up, staring in the eyes. Like,
I am the most powerful Corki. Let me show you my power.
Exactly.
And it just doesn't matter. Like, yeah.
Onivia.
Uh-oh. We got a Rel in trouble. And, yeah, it's just kind of free. The Impale is down, but it's kind of a broken place. He spawns as well in a lot of trouble. He's going to be taken down. DRX, what is happening? As DNF, they will take full advantage of this. As here comes the Skarner. No flashy Valkyrie's in because he doesn't have anywhere to go. It's a trade, but he only gets the Alistair. And it's a win here for DNF. I don't know what this means, to be honest. They're going to start the Baron. Let's see what happens next. I'm just sitting back and watching now, Chronicler.
The aura farm too much! That was not Yukal's fault. Let's Andale and Sponge is getting caught off guard. Rich is very strong.
He's
very scary,
right?
as is Teddy.
Yeah.
They have to. Yeah, they can't do this.
He's going to send
damage.
And Bulldog's just dead. Okay.
Berserker
here is tanking the Baron as a true shot barrage hits the Otacon pit.
Dude, if they had old Rel, they would have done that. They would have done that. You know, the monster damage?
Yeah.
Easy. Oh, no.
Oh,
No. Don't do that to him.
Oh, yeah.
They barely got the cancel because of the shit.
Okay, well, he did go through the wall quite a lot, but I think he's just dead. All right, well, they killed Pioshik.
You gotta follow Yukal because he's the king.
Guy. Yeah, he's
the guy. So when Yukal goes in,
he is the strongest.
Exactly.
Right? Well, you got a little engaged onto Rumble, as Dudu's actually pretty tanky. He's got a lot of health. And it's not going to amount to too much. Berserker just okay. Going to Arcane Shift over the wall. There goes both the sums. As now the Impale comes in, but it's not quite okay. They're going to actually take out Rich. They get the Gwen. I didn't even realize that Gwen was in there. Yukal Valkyrieing in once again, as he will have to flash away from that. Berserker, he wants more, but they're going to hold him back for now. Berserker still has
most likely DRX is still going to win this game, but you know, you can only make jokes so many times.
You can keep on saying that, Chronicler.
Before it's not funny anymore. Look at Berserker! Get him a team! He's 6-0 and 6!
And now they're really putting him to the test.
Yeah, they are!
Life wants blood. He wants more.
DRX, this is good. 1-4. Keep Yukal safe.
Engage onto Skarner. And they're going to get the flash. And there goes Yukal, and he's going to take him out. But will he survive? It looks like, yes, he absolutely will. Just shreds two of them to pieces. Even Bulldog goes down as well. It looks like finally it's paid off for Yukal. A Penta in the works if he can get over there, but it's not going to happen. Teddy takes the kill. Dudu also goes down. It's an ace. And finally, we will have a winner of this game. But truly, it was the viewers of this game that win this one. As down will go the Nexus. DRX win in 36 minutes. And it's
keep it together, because...
Keep it together, Chronicler.
Even though this was extremely obvious, you yourself banned Nico, which, by the way, would have been great here. Like, they're playing... Most likely.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, obviously.
Yes,
That's a
that is me. I do play Wizard in pretty much every kind of RPG like that.
All you need is a rogue.
because that would interrupt a great conversation. We haven't got to G-Sun yet.
We got to go down the whole list. We're just going to stop the back here. Sponge, level 7. But buying time for Pyoshin to try to make his way down. The TP comes in as well. But Dudu, the nice flash, but he's still going to go down. Can they get a response kill is the question. Bulldogs, the DM Freecs can get all 6 scrubs, and it doesn't matter. They don't kill even one turret. That did happen in game 1. As the arrow, very on point. The engage comes through as the Renata, if she's stunned the whole time, not very good on the disengage. So a nice little pick off for the for DRX. As they will pick that one up. Even Berserker taking a bit of damage. Going to open up Teddy to farm this lane. And yeah, I mean, as long as nothing's really happening, as DRX will be able to utilize their pick power very nicely into what DNF had.
DRX just playing these laning phases consistently a lot better, right? There's always someone making a play, showing up in a place where they're not expected, consistently finding these angles. Look at the cancel. Cross-map is already being finding these angles. Look at the cancel. Cross-map is already being set up here, or an attempt rather. I don't think they can kill Dudu. He has his ultimate available. It looks like Dayre does as well. Like, Yuko doesn't have that much damage. Does mean that this Drake is just going to be given up. So DRX, kind of a fumble here. Sponge looks for a play. Might kill Berserker.
Yeah, Berserker, he already flashed, so he can't get even further away from the Vi. It only flashes once, and so he's just dead. And it's a bit of a, posturing kind of moment where Berserker's like, I got to show a little bit of presence. They have enough scaling with Aatrox and Varus where they can just kind of sit back and say, eventually, if we're close enough, you engage into us and we win teamfights. If the execution is there. Nice knockback on a Berserker here, though. Gonna throw his cleanse out, but now we've got the Renata in a lot of trouble. As there's the engage, the Mbessa from the bottom rope, as now Pyoshin gonna go down in life as well, as it is a very broken up team fight for the set at DNF. And you know who just loves broken up team fights? Is the team with all the engage, where every single character can just run at you one by one and take them down. As now looking for Berserker. Oh, he does have his flash, but he is not going to use it as Yucal nearly dies. Oh no, he's just going to die to the turret. There you go. Very low health bars, and DRX say thank you very much for the Drake.
I think Yucal was a little bit too slow with his E there, because Berserker didn't get stunned, right? I think he would have died otherwise. All right, so Drake goes to DRX. DN Freecs, and this is something like we've been having a lot of fun, right? We've been memeing a lot. But what a weird and wonderful series this is, Valdez.
Yeah, it's kind of just like farming Yucal highlight reels, like reaction. He's like reaction Andy, and we're just. Here comes Yucal looking for Bulldog, and again, Rich is extremely fed, so just gonna land that one onto the easy Galio. Chain CC for such a long time, and Bulldog just does not have a way out of that one with the wall behind him and no help from his team. That's just going to be another setup kill from Yucal. And yeah, they're going to lose a turret for it as well. So DRX continuing to extend their lead.
The shred that's available, but this is in theory where the comp should shine. It's a Hail Mary from DN Freecs.
They just do it so slowly.
Yes.
Right? It was like Pyoshin and Life hitting this for the longest time. Berserker was hiding on bush.
They know.
Yeah, they know. And they have 7 different ways to engage. Now,
right.
DNF...
This is a choke point.
Yeah, they got to the objective first. They're forcing DRX's hands. DNF are, as it is going to be smoked down. DNF get it, but the flowers are all going over to DRX, who have position as they take down a bunch of the flowers. There is the arrow in a Bulldog, but the Mikhails comes forward as now the Renata ult is fantastic, and everybody's grouped up for it. There's the engage, there's the trap finally coming to life for DNF. As will they be able to follow up and get any? Rich is going insane mode, and he continues to press that W key. He's just running into them. And yeah, it's just gonna be a little bit too heavy on the wallets. That's about as good of an engage as you could hope for DNF. On the counter there after they take down the Otacon, but it's just not enough.
They did the thing! It worked! Actually, if they weren't that far behind, that fight they would have crushed it. Actually getting value from the ultimate, kiting that, absorbing the initial blow. But they were already so far behind that Rich went unchecked. Yes, they kill UCal, but who cares? Sponge got out with very low health, and I want you to watch Teddy in this fight.
Again, and with Berserker showing there, they say, well, if Varus isn't hitting this, they're not doing the Baron. So DRX don't have to overcommit at all.
He is legitimately their only Baron damage.
Yeah. And so DRX are like, yeah, cool story.
Are they actually going to get 0 turrets?
They found the ward, by the way. They found the ward. And that's more insult than... That's not the right phrase.
Adding insult to injury.
Kind of. Yeah, that hurts more than it helps, right?
Now they go in.
Yeah, now they go in.
I mean, you have to try. This is a Hail Mary. AK gold behind.
Well, it's better to have tried than to have done
Almost
nothing.
worked last time.
Yeah. Sponge is coming around the back here. There's also a wall. Pyosik is alone in the Baron pit. There's the World Ender, as they say to DRX, you must come into us once again. But that is going to be the kill of the Baron going over to DNF, as now the Renata only going to hit Sponge, as he does go down in a big Taunt in the front line, but Bulldog has no follow-up from his teammates. They can't get past the Braum. And the damage of Teddy is just disgusting right now, as Ingo's Rich as well, just hunting them down. And that should be the end of this fight. Everybody getting chunked out by the 2 carries of DRX. And you got the Baron, but that's not the game. Looks like DRX should take the 2-0 tonight.
DRX not going to give up a single turret. 3-16 here, and the 2-0 that they got in the play-ins just continued here, as there is nothing that the DN Freecs can do. Really did feel like in this game, you know, and in the last game, it's frustrating. It feels like outside of Berserker going, the proactive moments are just not working out, right? We're not seeing Pyosik go in. We're not seeing